So, Slater Skins Supercross team.
Slater Skins.
I heard you were on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
Have you seen the Slater Skins in person before?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. Ty knows them real well.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're from kind of same neck of the woods.
I don't know. I had never met him. I
They have a mutual friend somehow, some way. Yeah, I knew that. What year did I ride? 2017 maybe. I think I rode West Coast 250 on the Slater Skins Yamaha.
Yeah.
I rode 450 on the East Coast, I think. Kind of came off the couch. I don't know. I didn't have a ride. I didn't have a way of doing West Coast, and all of a sudden the team called me and was like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was just like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll try." Was not in very good shape. Hadn't ridden in a while for some reason. I wasn't hurt, but it was just a weird time of like I just started doing classes, so like my focus was just shifting to the classes. And 1110 Mods built our motors that year, and 1110 Mods, a guy out of Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure. And he built some rocket ship bikes, but bikes that I think have been kind of known to maybe blow up a little bit, yeah. Potentially. That I don't know for sure. I think that was the reputation I remember having. But he was a super nice guy that year. And my bike, I think it did blow up one time. I'll tell the story there in a second. My bike held up for the most part. It was very fast. I think my suspension was pretty good that year. I was very happy with the bike. I don't like how it looked, obviously, but the bike was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I made pretty much all the mains that year. I was fairly fast. Brock Schmelian was our team manager, who was somebody that I raced with a couple of years before that, pretty fast. Who were my teammates? Not a clue. Did I have a teammate?
Lone Soldier.
Jerry Robin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know who that is, right? Jerry Robin, and there might have been somebody else, but Jerry was fast. Jerry's always been fast.
Still is.
And I was a head case then, but Jerry was even more of a head case than me. I think he still is potentially a head case. He's got to be still a head case because talent-wise, he's got a lot of speed. He's got bike skill. Jerry's good.
He's consistent. I mean,
he's been doing really good lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's top 20
definitely
outdoors, I think.
Yeah, and he's at a couple where he's kind of been up front. He made some mains in 450 Supercross, which is extremely hard to do. Yeah, so that's impressive. I think it just took him a long time to like safely learn whoops and to kind of piece all the things together. So he was my teammate. I was pretty unconscious then. Don't remember much else about that year, but I do remember last lap of the heat race in San Diego Supercross. I am in qualifying position, all is well. Get the white flag. All of a sudden, my bike is stuck wide open.
Oh, Chase Sexton style.
So I have to ride the whole last lap.
Shredding your clutch.
Just controlling the power with the clutch and still shifting and doing all the things. And by the way, I'm in like 7th, so there's people right behind me and I can't go slower. So the bike's stuck wide open. I'm just like, the whole time. And then I jump the finish, qualify, land, bike blows up.
On the landing?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yep. And if anybody knows San Diego Supercross, the commute from the stadium to the pits is forever. Like you ride through city streets.
Yeah, I remember that this year too.
It takes so long to get back. So they had to run my bike back and do a motor swap, I'm pretty sure, in between that heat race and the main event. And I'm 99% sure they did it in time, which is impressive.
Yeah. Wow.
That was so scary to ride.
Wide open. How many laps did you do?
Track.
One full lap?
One full lap.
One full lap is still...
And had to hit the rhythms and everything.
And the whoops.
The whoops. Wide open. Speaking of finger on the clutch.
Yeah.
You got to have a finger on the clutch if you're stuck wide open. But I taught a class. I don't know if I told the podcast this yet. No, I told a live stream last night or the night before. I had class at Super Coupe, which is a sick track in Michigan. They have a long roller section, like one of the longest roller sections I've ever seen at a public track. But it's kind of safe because it comes right out of the corner. It's just like how Red Bud has it, where you do the corner and you're immediately in the rollers. I remember you talking and then you're just lofting across the tops. There was probably like 20 of them. There were so many.
Wow.
So instead of going to the jump, we went straight to the roller section. And I'm like, let's learn these. Because there was like a skill level of class where it kind of made sense. I'm like, I bet you this would be fun if we work this. I let them start going through. There's some guys that are able to kind of loft and get it. not a single person had their finger on the clutch. So the majority of the class, what they were doing is they couldn't time it. So you would have one dude that would come through and drop it too early. Next lap, that very same person to the moon and then drop it too late on the backside of it. And now they're stuck jumping by mistake, right? So what I did is I drew a line across the top of each roller, which this was a pretty fun idea. And then I said, watch, I guarantee you I can loft and drop my front tire on this line. You could put a penny on the ground. I'll drop it on that penny every single time. You could give me 100 whoops in a row and I'll drop it precisely.
That's just killing the power with the clutch.
That's all the clutch. Sure. I'm initiating the wheelie with the clutch to control exactly how high that front end comes up. And because I'm in fourth gear, even on the 450, I would hit the corner in fourth, lug. So just to create enough power using the clutch to get it up, and then exactly where I want to, kill the power with the clutch, and then manage it to drop it exactly where I want. And nobody at that class, at least, had ever heard of using the clutch that way.
You do that in Supercross whoops too?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Supercross whoops, you'll get one that's super big, then you'll get one that's eaten out a little bit more. You'll get one that's, chunked sideways, whatever the case is. Or if you just miss time, or get wheel spin on the one before and you gotta have to try to create more power, or you're gonna hit low. There's so many different situations. All of it's clutch.
Yeah.
But I've never endoed in the whoops before, ever.
I was gonna say, what about that? What was that? 22 you did, or 23 when you crashed in the whoops
on the first lap?
No, I thought it was towards
Jet.
the end. Maybe it was the first lap. I wasn't there. It was on YouTube. It was 20. Had to have been 23.
And it was in a vlog.
Yeah. I think you got swappy.
So in a vlog that year, it was first lap, and Jet got caught up in a pileup at the end of the whoops, and I got caught up in a pileup mid whoop.
Yeah.
But it was just in a pileup. It wasn't like me crashing in the whoops on my own. I don't think I've crashed in the whoops on my own before, but like running off into hitting tough blocks.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever endoed.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, when they're learning whoops, they endo over and over and over again. Like they can't stop endoing. And it's because they have no idea how to use the clutch to control it. So like I can time that front tire precisely where I want to put it every time, exactly where I want it. And what's nice about having a finger on the clutch is if at any moment, even in Supercross whoops, you want to be like, I'm done now. Like I just got sketchy. Let's pull the clutch in and hit the rear brake quick and just drop in and roll. You can actually do that.
Yeah.
Especially in outdoor rollers. So what I demonstrated to the people there, and when you watch people learn it that don't have a finger on the clutch, they'll start to loft and wheelie and get speed. And next thing you know, they're 12 whoops in, going 60 miles an hour, starting the swap, and they have zero control. And it's like, you should have aborted mission 6 whoops ago.
Yeah.
When you have the clutch, you can abort mission at any time safely. Don't know how we started talking about that, but for gosh sakes, people, learn that clutch use.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.